Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
You weren't going to say nothing.
You always start off.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, happy Thursday. The week's almost over.
Mm-hmm.
So, today, since nobody commented on what they wanted us to talk about, we're going to talk about what we've been up to lately, specifically Marty. She's about 94% complete, I just found out today.
Approximately. 94%.
Approximately. No, that's what it said when I signed into your thing. So, a lot of you know our health credentials. You know, I'm a chiropractor, did a lot of wellness stuff over the years. Marty's a nurse practitioner, does the whole holistic thing about that. So a lot of you guys know that, but we've talked about financial stuff over the years, but we decided to actually go back and get some certifications. So I already... While I was shut down in COVID at the hospital, I got my Dave Ramsey financial coaching certification. So I've had that for a little bit, and Marty is actually just finishing up hers. So she's almost done. A few more coaching calls with them, and she'll be finished. So then we'll both be Ramsey financial master coaches, basically, is what it comes down to. And at that point, then we're gonna lean in and probably get closer to them and hope to become Ramsey preferred coaches for sure. So just because money is the number one cause of divorce, right? So we feel that we can't help people divorce-proof their marriage if we're not teaching them the right ways and the most efficient ways to get out of debt, to get rid of a lot of the arguments that are around debt.
And build wealth.
And build wealth. Yeah, for sure. So, over 80% of people in America live paycheck to paycheck. Okay? And we've done that for a long time. All right? And we
just recently got out of that.
We did, and we hadn't really done that, and we're almost have our emergency fund fully funded and those types of things. But, a couple weeks ago, my paycheck was delayed a day, and it was like, this is not any fun. No wonder people are so stressed in their marriages.
Yeah.
So.
And we had money to cover it.
Yeah, so we just transferred money around, and it was no big deal for us. But for 80% of Americans, that's a big stress that you go into a weekend with no money, wondering what in the heck is going to happen.
Well, and even though we had enough to cover it, our stomachs still dropped what's going on, where's the money, so again, like you said, we're building up our emergency fund, probably the most money we've ever had in savings, our adult life anyway.
Not probably, that's the most money I've ever had in savings.
So we had enough to cover it, so that just added that layer of security and peace for us, but we've gone through it all, either between myself or him or both of us together. I did bankruptcy when I was younger. I don't really suggest that, but, I had gone through it. We've both gone through having student loans for many, 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 many years.
Well, you never had student loans. You just had my student loans.
Well, that still helped pay them, so it was our student loans.
You did. It was our student loans.
Ours, yes.
Yes, but they were originally mine.
Okay. Yeah. They originated with you, but when I married you,
you did the smart thing. You went into the military and got all kinds of schooling, and they paid for it.
Yep, exactly. There's always, a sacrifice for those things, but
yeah.
But yeah, so we had business debt, and if you guys had been following us for any time, you saw in April we became debt free. Besides the house, but over $300,000 we paid off in right at 5 years.
Right around 5 years.
A little bit before 5 years, like 4.5.
Yeah.
So we just want to be able to help couples that maybe, in that situation where they're living paycheck to paycheck, or, they have this strong, enormous amount of debt and they don't know how they're going to get through it. Or maybe you don't have debt, but you want to know, how to help your kids get through school, or build, a retirement fund so you can retire early, or, that's the nice thing about the training. it's not just all about getting out of debt. It's about building wealth and dreaming of where you want your life to be, and and how to be able to give generously, because you have abundance.
Right, and if anybody's listened to Dave Ramsey or anything, I mean, he is really about living like nobody else, so you can live and give in the end like nobody else. And as we're getting closer to that end game part, I mean, it is really on my mind and those kinds of things on what we do want to give to, and where do we do those types of things. That's a thought I've never really had first is, where are we going to give? Especially back here, we don't have, necessarily a church yet that we're a part of, so we don't automatically give to that and those kinds of things. But giving is part of, what this is all about too. So, as Dave says, you can't accept money with a closed fist, so you have to have an open hand. So if you have a closed fist, you can't receive money. Whereas if you have an open hand, where you're giving money away, you are able to receive money more abundantly. So,
and we saw that happen.
Oh, that totally happened.
I mean, as soon as we started the program, then it was like, I don't know, Murphy went and hid because we luckily did not have, we were giving like we should, and God was seeing that we could be good stewards of His resources, and they just kept coming and coming.
And that's one of the things is when we stop thinking of it as ours and start thinking of it as God's resources and what are we doing with it, it changes the whole game.
Yep.
It just changes everything, and we always are, taught to give your first fruits and those types of things, but you're giving your first fruits is what I was taught in church, and that's not really what it is. It's God's fruits, so we're just giving them back to Him, basically. So, not to get on giving out of this, but that's kind of where it went.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we're in the process of, becoming fully certified and those types of things, so we can legitimately talk about this and legitimately sit down with people and show them the plan that has worked for millions of people, and it's changed our lives.
But curtail it to their
Right.
situation, right? I mean, there's a basic plan, but every plan is a little bit different.
And we obviously bring in different aspects of the plan, and that a lot of people might not, just because we've been through a lot of this different stuff. And we've both been through divorce, so we know where it could head, so we kind of can help customize that plan to divorce-proof your marriage completely, to where divorce isn't going to be an option or any of those types of things. So, yeah.
Yep.
So, any other thoughts?
No.
No?
It's really nice not to have debt, though. When our paycheck comes in, it's really nice not having to send it out.
Yeah, it is. It is very nice. It is very different.
The way we want.
But when we got to that debt-free point in April, you also look back and you look, especially with our number being as large as it was, you look back and you think, what in the heck could I have done with all that money?
Okay.
Besides just throw it away. But anyways, so my wake-up call to you today is to stop going further in debt. So, just because
Takes sacrifice, though.
It does, but you have to change a lot of things. But that's definitely where you want to be.
Right. And if you're interested, we should be up and running probably by November. So if you're interested in, doing a coaching call with us, or a consultant to see if we could help you, we'll put a link in the comment section when we're done that you could schedule just 10-15 minutes. We can see where you're at and see if we can help you, and go from there.
And we'll be honest both ways.
Yep.
If we don't think we can help you, we're going to tell you that, just because that's how I've always, over the years, that's how I've always practiced chiropractic, especially, is if I can help you, I'll tell you, and if I can, I'll tell you that too. So
Yep.
Same thing goes with this. If we can't help you, we'll let you know and try to point you in a direction that may give you some help. Okay, so, all right.
That's all I got.
That's all I got. All right, this is Troy and Marty reminding you to keep God first, your spouse second, and intimacy always.
And of course, have more sex.
Have a great day.